and welcome to the first episode of the Karr Fadairo show. My name is Fadairo, and I am here at the Squirrel Cage located on 1 Maiden Lane, Windsor, Ontario. On my couch today, I have with me Queen Amina, the CEO and President of the Vigor Awards International. How are you doing today, ma'am?
Beautiful, thank you.
So, how's your day been like?
It's cold in the morning.
Yeah?
It's getting warmer now. It's been good.
All right. So, can you tell us a little bit about the Vigor Awards International? How did they come to be?
Vigor Award International is a platform that we celebrate everyday ordinary heroes that are doing extraordinary things just to bless other people without thinking of any gain or anything in return.
Yeah.
How did it start? It started with a very, very personal experience.
Okay.
I had a cosmetic surgery in 2011.
Okay.
And when I had the surgery, my both legs were in cast, and I have very young children, 5 years old and 3 years old. And I couldn't drive. I couldn't do anything. The doctor had warned me that the recovery time is long and I would need help if I do both legs at the same time. So he advised I do one at a time.
Okay.
And I said, no, I don't want to wait for 6 months before I get back on my feet.
Yeah.
Because I'm a busy woman. So I was stubborn about it and decided to do both toes at the same time.
Yeah.
While on my recovery bed, I realized that I need help. So a friend came by, visited me, and when she came to the house, she was like, how are you going to take your daughter to school? You're in bed, in cast. So I said, yeah, I never thought
about that.
it.
Yeah.
So she said, well, I know what to do. There's a homeless shelter where I used to volunteer, downtown Calgary, where we used to live.
Okay.
And she called the office and told them that this was the situation. And the coordinator said, oh my God, I'm going to send people to go help her. And I had people in my home 24/7. You know, they're taking shifts, 6 hours shift, 3 hour shift. Then my local church where I was attending at that time also sent people to the house. And
Okay.
with their help, I was able to go through my recovery period with ease.
All right.
And I said to myself at the end of it all, like, how am I ever going to say thank you to these people? And in bed, I got the idea saying, celebrate them. And I said to myself, how am I going to celebrate them? Well, as an actress, I've been to many red carpets, I've been to many award ceremonies, and I see how celebrities are being celebrated.
Yeah.
And how the everyday ordinary people are never known or heard of or ever seen
Yes.
in the public. So I said, I'm going to create a platform like this
Okay.
to celebrate these everyday ordinary people that are doing extraordinary things like the experience I had.
Yeah.
And that's how Vigor Award came about.
Yeah.
It was a joke in the beginning, come to think about it. But today is a reality, and it's been really, really blessing people, and I'm glad that I started it all.
Okay. So, how did you pick up the name Vigor for the name of the awards?
Well, Vigor Award came about after a disappointment of the original name that I wanted to use, which is called Women of Poise, which was only going to be celebrating women.
Okay.
Again, every disappointment comes a blessing, right?
Sure.
If you patiently follow it with a positive attitude.
Yeah.
And what happened was I had a disappointment with the first initial group of ladies I put together to celebrate women. And they decided that it was a charity walk and they're not going to be part of it because there's no money.
No money involved.
And for me, it's not about the money, it's about the passion that is in me to celebrate people that are doing great things that will never be heard. But they didn't get it at that time. They did get it now, after 3 years. Because I have one of them, I hope she's watching. She's on board with me now.
Okay.
So what happened was after they had decided they weren't going to join me in celebrating women,
Yeah.
I sat down, went on Google, and started looking for a name that is going to encompass the word poise.
Okay.
And it wasn't too difficult to find something. Vigor came up, and I searched the meaning of vigor, and I saw healthy, vigorous, strong, strength, and I saw all those things, and those are all the things that are in this kind of people that are doing this kind of things.
Yeah.
So I decided, you know what, the award ceremony is going to be called Vigor Awards.
And it looks like it turned out successful.
That's right.
So I understand that Vigor was started up in Calgary, like it was born in Calgary.
That's correct.
How did it come to Windsor?
Well, the first year was in Calgary.
Yeah.
And the second year, my husband was taking his PhD degree and decided to go to Windsor. And don't ask me why Windsor. But I think that was where he got the admission, and he got a sponsor to do his PhD degree.
Yeah.
And the initial plan was for him to go alone, and I would stay with the children, because when I got the vision to do Vigor Award, it was supposed to go all over the world, because it's not everybody that's going to get a visa to come to Canada.
True.
But they're everywhere in the world. There are people doing great things. So how do I put everybody together? The vision was to go everywhere.
Okay.
That, we have an ambassador there that is going to organize the event, and we just go there and set up everything and do the event and come back. But my plan was to get established in Canada before I leave. So when he decided he was coming to Windsor, he decided also that he was taking us with him.
Okay.
That's how we ended up in Windsor, Ontario.
Oh. Okay, so how are the recipients of the awards picked? Like, how do you choose?
We every year from the event that is coming up, example this year, we're going to advertise for people to nominate who they think their heroes are.
Okay.
And that's how we get the nomination. We people call in. Sometimes we tell them, just go on the website, tell us a story of why you think this person is deserving of an award, and then they send in the nomination. That's how we get the nominees come in.
So you're saying that if I go right now on the website, I can nominate like my father?
Exactly. You can nominate yourself. That's what makes us unique. We're not like every other award ceremony out there where you have to be the best of a certain category. Best actor, best actress, best singer, best movie, best picture. We don't do that.
Okay.
What we do is very unique and very different. We want to tell your story.
Okay.
The story of how you've helped somebody else. So you can actually nominate yourself. We just need you to tell us the story. We have a nomination team that will authenticate the story and determine if yes, the story is true, and yes, it's worthy of being celebrated. So we're really unique.
Oh, well, looks like
different.
My parents might be getting an award soon.
Please nominate them.
I sure will. So I've been wondering, your name Queen Amina, is that your actual name, or that was a character, the name of a character you played in the movie?
I get that all the time, and I'm not surprised by you asking.
Yeah?
Actually, I will be surprised if you didn't ask. Well, the name Queen came as a result of a historic warrior in Africa, actually to be specific, Nigeria.
Yeah.
Queen Amina of Zozo. I was actually named after Queen Amina of Zozo.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Are you from the same place?
We're not from the same place, but I'm from the Middle Belt,
Okay.
Benue State, which is considered from the northern part of Nigeria, going towards the Benue, the Middle Belt is all considered the north.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm from Benue State, Otukpo to be specific, but a lot of us have Muslim names, and I actually have Muslims in my family.
Oh,
my dad's name is a Muslim name, Ahmed Ode.
Oh.
That's my maiden name.
Oh, but you're not Muslim.
I am not Muslim.
Okay. So, your acting career, how did you get established in Canada? Because I understand you're an actress.
In Canada, how did I get established? 2003, I met a beautiful, wonderful Nigerian lady that used to work with the NTA, a news station in Nigeria. She visited me when we moved to Calgary.
Okay.
In 2003, and she told me that, oh, she wants to shoot a movie. And I said to her, I said, that has always been my passion. Growing up, I've always wanted to be an actress, but back home those days, you say such things, your mom will whack you on your head.
Even now, it hasn't changed so much.
You either have to be a lawyer or a doctor
or an engineer
to be successful.
Yeah.
So my mom and dad never saw the gift in me as a young child. I remember far back as 4 years old, believe it or not, I was the youngest in the choir of my church. It's an adult church, but because they didn't have a children choir and I was singing so good, they had to put me in the adult choir.
Yeah.
And in the adult choir, we have to present drama every other Sunday in church. And I remember acting always as Mr. What's his name? Mr. Bernard's son. Every time in church, daughter. Sorry, I'm always her daughter in the drama. And every time I'm at that place where we're acting, I feel like the sun doesn't set. There's no end to that day. There's just that joy inside of me that
I can imagine.
There's no morning, there's no night.
Yeah.
It's just an endless day. I want to just be there.
Yeah.
And that's how I found out that I have passion in acting. When she came to me, I would just withhold her name just for privacy reasons.
Okay.
She told me she wanted to do a movie, and I said to her, I can help you. Then I was working with RBC, and she's like, how would you manage with your work? I said, I'll quit the job.
Oh, wow. So you quit your job as a banker?
I did, believe it or not, just for the first movie that I was not going to get paid. That was how excitedly stupid that I was. But did I regret quitting my job?
I think
Because
that
it was
happens
that
at the end.
movie that actually brought me out in Canada.
Okay.
And since then, I've won 5 awards in Canada.
Oh, wow. So you never acted in Nigeria? Wow, that is amazing. I also understand that you're a musician and a journalist.
Well, music, I wouldn't say professionally. It's just the love and the passion that I have for music. So I only sing on the level of church right now.
Okay.
I have not done any album. I have one in works, which I don't know if I'm going to complete it.
Yeah.
But yes, I love music. My whole family are musicians. They all have passion for music. My dad actually played every single musical instrument without ever being trained on any.
Oh, wow.
I play drums professionally.
Yeah.
I taught myself at age 40 to play drums. My daughter plays classical piano. She's releasing her first album at the Vigor Awards this year.
Oh, that is so amazing. I'm looking forward to that.
My second daughter plays guitar.
Okay.
And yeah, we're just my husband plays saxophone. So we're all a musical family. It's just something we love. Journalism is, I don't know if I'll call myself a journalist because my background is not journalism.
Okay.
But I do a lot of interviews. I host events. I host, like when there's a disaster, I go there and I just do my things. Media is just something I have passion for.
Yeah.
And that's why I do what I do.
All right. So when is the Vigor Awards for this year holding?
Vigor Award is September 10th at the Capitol Theatre here in Windsor.
Okay.
It's going to be a 3 days event.
Oh, okay.
So guests start arriving on Friday.
Yeah.
Saturday morning, we're going to go to Niagara Falls
Okay.
for a tour of all the guests coming from outside Canada.
Yeah.
And when they come back at about 5 o'clock, I believe, we're going to have a dinner on the boat.
Oh, wow.
On the Detroit River.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a huge party.
Sounds really exciting.
And then the boat ride is for 4 hours. And after that, we're going to have a meet and greet night at the Caesar Palace.
Oh, wow.
So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I look forward to being there, and I hope that everyone watching this too would like to be a part of it. So thank you so much for coming on the show, Queen Amina.
Very welcome.
I'm so grateful
Thank you
for this.
having me.
Anytime.
Thank you.
All right, folks, that's all for today.